Okay, back with the video, another video. 734 The Show is cooked. Going down, came home, checked my mailbox, had a package for the show. So, last weekend I tuned my son's Chrysler 300C up for him, put new spark plugs and coil packs on the vehicle, on the car, and lo and behold, check engine light popped on my car, on the show. So while we were up at AutoZone, I had them read the OBD connection in the sensor, and it was an oxygen sensor that went out. So came home, checked the mailbox, there the package was. Amazon does things fast. And so with that being said, I'm going to unbox the package, show you how the oxygen sensor look. This weekend, I will be doing a video, putting the oxygen sensor in. But let me tell you something. When it comes to these dealerships, man, I am a do-it-yourselfer. So I'm not going to say and lie in front. I'm a do-it-yourselfer. But these dealerships, they really try to get down on us, man. It's like the biggest bullshit you want to see. The dealerships really get down on us. So if I had the dealership do it, it would cost me $360 or plus more to have them go in and change the oxygen sensor. Now, this is a Bank 2 Sensor 1, and it's in the front, and they want to charge that much for you to do it. So, not only that, the oxygen sensor itself costs about $150, $170 from the dealership. So, while I was at Amazon, I had them give me a price. Their price is $83. So if I did Motorcraft, the original that comes into the vehicle, it would cost me $130. And so with that being said, I got up here, checked eBay, checked Amazon, and I got it for $50. So with that being said, it is not a bad deal. I am going to do it myself. I'm going to go over to Harbor Freight, buy a removal tool. It's like $7 to $8. So with that being said, I'm going to save the money and do it myself. I am a do-it-yourselfer, so I'm not fucking worried about it, but that is some straight bullshit from the dealership. Saved me some time having to deal with it, but I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to do it myself. So with that being said, let's take a look at the package. So this is the package from Amazon. Be patient with me. This is a one-hand thing that I'm doing. And so with that being said, give me a second. So now that I got the camera set up, let me just show you how that package looks. So we're going to rip this open. And this is the O2 sensor. So this is the O2 sensor, the oxygen sensor that I got, and everything. And that part number is, I want to say, is DY1185. So that is the part number for this part. Like I said, I picked it up. Everything looks good. And on Saturday, we're going to do a continuation of this video as I take the new sensor and put it in and get things going. I don't want to see any lights on my car. So with that being said, this is it. This is a little thing that was popped off the light, that triggered the light, and we're going to put that in on Saturday, and we're going to go there, and we're going to do it. I'll be back on Saturday. 734 The Show. This is Cook.
3 days later.
Okay, Cook here. Now it's Saturday. Got up, mowed the yard. Now it's time to tackle that O2, or you want to say oxygen sensor. So we're going to tackle that today. I'm going to get that done. So that's what I'm working on the Taurus show. The oxygen sensor went out. I got a light. I'm going to show you the light. And then I'm going to proceed to get this oxygen sensor out and the new one in. So let me show you this. So these are a few of the tools I'm going to use. So I picked up a new can of PB Blaster. This is the sensor. And I picked up an O2 or oxygen sensor tool from Harbor Freight. So this is my suggestion. Go to Harbor Freight. It cost me about $8. Go to get you an O2 sensor tool removal. The rest of my tools, after I cut the yard, I put them in front of the car or buy the car so I can get up, get things going, and get this O2 sensor out. So headed out to get this O2 sensor out and see how it goes. And like I said, I've done one when I was younger, in my 20s or maybe early 30s. I did one before, so it's not the hardest of a thing to do, but at the same time, I didn't use an O2 sensor tool remover. I used my regular wrench and however it took to get the job done. So we're gonna head out and we're gonna do this and see how it goes. Okay, so there's the show. We headed out to get this going and to see how this is going and how long this is going to take me. So I'm hoping it doesn't take me all day, because you never know what you run into when you're messing with a car. It might get stuck. So what I did early this morning before I mowed my grass, I literally went out and I put a little PB blaster on that screw, that bolt, for it holds it in, that nut. So let me show you the code and how it's reading. So we're gonna start the vehicle. So you see right there, my check engine light is still on. So the check engine light is on. We're going to try to get that erased. I don't want to see any lights on. So let's pop the hood. And let's get out here and let's get going. It is game day, so I don't want this to take me all day. I like to sit back on Saturdays and watch my football. And there they go, that engine bay right there, baby. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this engine cover off, take the oil top off. We're gonna pop this off. It's a little warm because I did have to drive and go get some gas. And they said you should change this O2 sensor. You should change it when it is warm. You know, it'll help with that, changing it and getting it changed, it'll help. So with that being said, that's why I done that. And so that O2 sensor is right there. As you can see that blue line, the O2 sensor is right there above that filter. Now, I thought I could probably get this from the bottom, but from what I look and see, that's not going to be possible. So we're going to have to do this the hard way. So I don't know how hot it is, so I'm not trying to get burnt. So we're going to try to do this the hard way or this way. So let me get things set up and I'm going to see if I can capture this on film. And if I can't, I'll have to just do it off film and show you the finished results of taking that O2 sensor out. All right. This is the new oxygen sensor. We got it out. I'm gonna set it off here to the side. I'm gonna take the negative battery cable off of the car. That might help it reset when I get ready to change the O2 sensor. This is the O2 sensor removal tool. So as you can see, this is the O2 sensor removal tool. I'm gonna slap that down and slap that on when it's time to get it going. And first I'm gonna get that battery cable unloose off camera. Okay, now that we got that off, first I'm gonna try my 22 long wrench to see if I can reach down there before I start grabbing it with the bolt. Just wanted to see. Nope, that's gonna be too awkward. So let's see if I can slide this socket on and get that going. So what you have to do is take this. Gonna be a little difficult. So we're going to try to work this down here and around this. Once I got these dual fans that's in the way. So we do have dual fans on this car, and they are actually in the way. You can't get your hand down in there. Now, when it comes to that heat shield, you're going to have 3 bolts. This bolt right here, this bolt right here, and you're going to have a bolt down there that's going to be on your right. those are the 3 bolts you will remove. Remove the bolts, but do not try to remove the heat shield when replacing the O2 sensor. Okay, now in order to get to that oxygen sensor without a problem, you're going to have to loosen or remove this heat shield. I'm going to say loosen it up. Loosen it up. That way you can access it. It does have a clamp. Let me show you. There's a clamp that's on this heat shield. There's a clamp that's right there. You see that clamp? There's a clamp that's on that heat shield that you can clamp the oxygen sensor cord to. So like I said, before you can actually proceed to put that bolt and loosen that oxygen sensor, you're going to want to loosen this up. I'm not going to say take it out. It might be more trouble to take it out than put it back in, but that's what you'll have to do. So we're going to continue. Like I said, I don't have the best view with my camera to show me doing this, so I'm gonna have to do this off camera and just show you the finished results, and we'll go from there. Okay, as you can see, I have the new oxygen sensor in the car and plugged back in. I haven't turned it on yet to see if the code goes off. A little hiccup. The way it's set, having the right tool for the right job is part of the problem. I didn't feel like going to the store and buying a new socket that I needed, a swivel socket. So with that being said, mine is buried in storage. With that being said, I had to go from the bottom of the car and use one of my long wrenches. The only problem with using the long wrench that I used is you sit right next. If you can see down there, that little white thing, that is the oil filter. And so you have to be careful of hitting that oil filter, knocking it loose or knocking it off, oil leaking out. So with that being said, it took me a little longer than what I wanted it to take, but I got it done. It wasn't a hard job. You always have to use your head and your common sense like my pops used to tell me. And with that being said, it is done. I'm going to finish putting it all back together. First, I'm going to start the car and see if that sensor, that check engine light went out for that sensor. And hey, this is the video, 734, the show. With that being said, you can do anything through Christ Jesus, and using your head and using your common sense and putting your mindset together that I can do it and I don't have to pay someone to do it. So, finishing up, like I said, just about finished up, but let me show you how that sensor looked. Look how burnt out that sensor looks. That is really burnt out. That is black, completely black. It's burnt out, I believe. And so this was the culprit giving me the problems with the check engine light. Okay, as you can see, there's no check engine light. That means the oxygen sensor is working and reading properly. For a future or update, I'll let you know if things change, but as right now, everything looks good. That flashing tire light, yeah, like I said, little things. When I bought the car, the person who had the car before never replaced the tire pressure sensors. So they allowed the car not to have the tire pressure sensors in it. So with that being said, I got that damn constant light till I replace them. Projects, there will be coming to have that done in the future. So I'm just going for what it is day by day, doing the little things that might pop up or need to be done.